3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Welcome back to TTMTrades. Oh man, I know I have not recorded in 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks, you all. I have been out to sea and I'm back, and I won't be going out to sea here for about a month and a half. I'll say about a month. I won't be going out to sea. So what I'm gonna try to do in that time frame is I'm gonna try to bring you all videos every single day. And for everyone who stayed subscribed to my channel, I deeply appreciate it. I know I was bringing content every single day, and then I would stop for 2 weeks due to me going out to sea, come back, start doing more content, go back out to sea for another 2 weeks. So we're just gonna get back into the groove of things. Now, for all of my loyal followers, I want you all to know I've been working on this new scanner, okay? And pretty much for this scanner, as you can see here as I'm building it, if you want to look at it, just pause it and go back and check it out. But pretty much for this scanner is what I'm looking for is when we trade, right, as swing traders, right, as we're trying to get in and out, how do you trade into momentum, right? How do you trade into a stock that already has momentum behind it and volume behind it, and yet find the perfect entry to get into that stock to jump in right before that uptrend begins, right? So been tweaking the scanner for quite some time now, so we're gonna go over a couple plays from this actual scanner that I'm looking at, and then tomorrow and throughout the week we'll be able to confirm what we're seeing based off the scanners and what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of each oscillator here and indicator. Okay, so big thing, long story short, right, this is your PMO, your price momentum oscillator, right? It's pretty much a spin-off of your rate of change, but long story short, your PMO, pretty much your blue line is the signal line that acts like it's a 10-period moving average, and then your white line is a 20-period moving average of the overall PMO calculator, right? So long story short is momentum. The thing about the PMO is it does not fluctuate like the slow stow does. See how the slow stow crosses, it crosses. It's so many whipsaws and so many crossovers that for the amateur trader, it's kind of hard to, filter through the false signals and the actual good signals. Okay, so one thing about the PMO will give you the overall trend of this stock, because the PMO, it is very hard to get a signal crossover. What I mean is it's very hard to get this blue line to crossover through the white line, the 10-period through the overall 20-period of the PMO altogether. It's very hard. And normally when that happens, and as it widens, the farther it gets away from each other, that tells you how strong that trend is based off the PMO. Okay, so just looking at the PMO overall, as you can see here, it's on an overall uptrend, right? It's holding above its overall 10-period moving average of the entire PMO altogether. And for the most part, you can see that it's constantly trending up. There's not too many crossovers, but when you're trading into this overall uptrend right here. That is what you want to trade into, right? Even if we scroll down and look into this, you want to trade into this overall momentum that the PMO is giving you. This is overall, the stock is in a strong, it has strong upward momentum. The thing is, as a trader, you want to find out how can you make key entries to ride that wave up, in and out, right? Now, looking at the PMO, as you can see here, it's on an overall downtrend, right? And we don't want to trade into that trend, right? Because you're going against pretty much the overall momentum of all the traders that are playing into this stock, right? The bears are riding this down. They have full control. You as an amateur trader, if you try to come in and trade against that trend, you're going to lose 99.9% of the time, right? So from here to here, you got this overall downtrend, right? Which signals, the signal started here with the crossover, and then it ended here on this uptrend, right? So you don't want to trade into this type of momentum, right? Bad momentum. So now what we're looking at is your PMO has finally crossed back up and over, had a nice bounce off, and it's still running up. And as you can see, it's widening up, right? As it widens up, it's showing you that the momentum in this stock overall is getting stronger, right? So that is what we want to trade into, right? We want to trade into that overall upward momentum. We want to hop in when the bulls have control, ride the wave, and get out and make our profit targets in and out and get out. 10% here, 15% here, whatever you can get out of it. All right. Now, the thing about the slow stow is so many signals as far as crossovers. You can see, like I said, it crosses, so many crossovers, right? You have to really understand the slow stow and how it operates, and be, to an experienced trader, you have to kind of study this and understand which are valid signals and which are not. Right now, if we want to trade into this overall momentum, right now, what we want to look at is because all three of these are momentum. All three of these represent momentum, right? This is a more long-term momentum basis. This is more of the rate of change and speed of the price action, and this one is just pure speed of the price action. So you get your signals on this one a lot quicker. This one you get them, but not as fast. There's not a lot of whipsaws as you see in the slow stow. And then your PMO is just an overall smooth, who has overall control of the stock. So right here we see the bulls have overall control, right, based off the PMO. And your RSI is trending above its 10 and 30, and it's in that bull zone, right? The bull zone is anywhere, the bull zone is from 40 to 90, right? Your RSI, if it's in a bull zone, it'll trade in between that 40 to 90. Now, once we see that the bulls have overall control, now we want to utilize our slow stow for triggers, right? We want to start looking at those signals. So now that we see the PMOs in the overall uptrend, the momentum is, and we see the bulls have full control, now we want to start utilizing that slow stow for valid signals along with the RSI, right? And I'm not going to get into the RSI because if you've been following my videos for a long time, you understand how I utilize the RSI. So now that we see we're in that overall bullish uptrend as far as the PMO, now we want to start looking at the slow stow for valid signals and crossovers. So you get that crossover and it's holding above its 10 to 30 period moving average, and that correlates to that 49 to 50 cent range where you could get a run up to 58, maybe 60 cent for a quick 10 to 20% gain, right? And then your slow stow automatically, it crosses over, giving you that signal to get out, as you can see here, and then you're on that downtrend, right? But overall, the trend is still bullish because your PMO is still holding above its 20 period moving average. So the bulls are still in full control. So since we know the bulls are still in full control, how do we continue to ride this overall wave back up? Well, we utilize our slow stow again. So as the slow stow comes down, you get that nice quick crossover. You're trading into the overall uptrend of the bulls. You get the signal, the buy signal here. You come down to your price action, start gauging your price action and your entry points, and you get the nice little jump here. And that could have been off of news, I don't know, but you get this gap up, a lot of selling, profit taking, and then you get this low volume consolidation, right? The low volume selling right here just shows profit taking. It doesn't show an overall change in trend or anything like that, because the volume is way below average. So seeing that there's not a lot of sellers and there's just profit takers right here, then you get this large spike in volume, right, to show that the bulls are in control, and for one, they bought a large amount of shares and pushed this price up. All right, so there's a strong sign that this is going to continue tomorrow. There's not a lot of bears fighting the overall momentum. Your PMO is still trending upwards, right, to show that the overall momentum is in the bulls' favor. Your RSI is trending upward, holding above its 10 to 30. And then you just got that buy signal again on your slow stow as it crosses over right here. And then we come down and we look for volume confirmation on your unbalanced volume. As you can see here, you had this high here, then it came down, made it low, and then on this buy signal right here with this large spike in volume, it made a higher high. So anytime your unbalanced volume is steadily creating higher highs and higher lows, then that shows that the buying power is way stronger than the selling power. The bulls are the bulls' hands are way stronger than the bears, right? And as you can see here, your on balance volume is steadily trending up, right? You get the spike here, and then again it's still trending up. So I would definitely keep an eye on ticker ABIO going into tomorrow, due to the various signals based off our indicators and oscillators, and plus the volume spike and the price action alone, along with the price action holding above its 20 and 50 period moving average, and however many other signals you need. But I would definitely keep an eye on this one tomorrow for some potential profit. Next, what were we talking about? Hold on. Now, all the ones I'm going over are based off the scanner that I just created. Okay, so next is plug. All right, so based off what we just talked about and take an ABI, so we look at plug, we see the overall momentum has been in this uptrend, trending upward, starting back in this area, right? So even if I zoom down, you can see right here, you can see the stock has been on a back and forth upward trend as far as sideways consolidation, and then you finally get the nice breakout pushing into the 200 period moving average, which this is the type of momentum we want to trade in overall, right? Which is what our PMO is showing us. Now, knowing that our PMO is showing us the overall momentum is in the bull's favor, and this the distance between the two, which is further confirming how much control the bulls are in. You got your RSI, which is holding above its 10 and 30. Just got a clean bounce off of the 10, and it's trending upwards, and it's creating higher highs and higher lows. So as you can see here, you had a high. Well, first you had this low, then you had a high, then you had a higher low, now you got a higher high, higher low, and now we're about to possibly create a higher high, which will confirm this price trend continuing to run up. Now that we know the overall momentum is in the bull's favor, the RSI as far as the price action is trending up, and then your slow stow, you just got the buy signal with the crossover right here while it's holding above its 10 period moving average. This is a very bullish signal. Now, even the buy volume, as you can see over the past couple of days, there's been a lot of accumulation showing that the bulls are very interested in the stock at these price ranges with the potential to continue to push this up. So I would definitely keep an eye on this one. As far as momentum, there's a possible chance for some profit targeting here. As you can see, you're already pushing into the 200 period moving average at $2.22, and then you have this channel over here that you have to work your way through, which is some potential areas of resistance as we push here and here. This channel right here from about $2.30 to $2.55. So definitely a chance here for some potential profit, maybe even a 10% gain. As you see, the overall momentum is in the bull's favor. Even as we trend down, you can see the on balance volume is confirming the breakout. As you can see here, you had this low with a high with a higher low, and then you get a higher high as it breaks above that previous high, higher low, and now the volume, as you can see, is spiking up above average. It was 2 days of some buying accumulation, and then as you can see, that was based off these candlesticks. You can see the bears and bulls going back and forth, and then finally the bulls just overpowered them today as far as volume, and the candlestick closing at its high, pretty close to its high, and the on balance volume confirming that move. So I would definitely watch this one going into tomorrow for the price action to try to work its way back in this channel, $2.30 to this $2.55. And yeah, that's ticker PLUG. Next, we're going to talk about ticker ANY. Is that next? Yeah, ticker ANY. Oh, let's talk about GTE. Forgot about GTE. So GTE is another one that popped up on the scanner that I just built. Once we can get it to load up here. All right, so GTE, as you can see here, was on this very bearish downtrend momentum, completely in the bear's favor. Even if as I go here where you see the reversal, started here, and as you can see, nasty downtrend, and then it began reversing here, right? So like I said again, you never want to trade into this type of momentum. You never want to go against the grain. If the overall market is saying the prices need to be lower and the bears are riding that trend down, for you as an amateur trader, you never want to make an entry to go against this prevailing trend right here, right? You want to stay off to the side, let the shorts and bears do their things, and then come back in when the bulls see a price range that they're interested in and they start accumulating those shares. So obviously when it began pushing back down and into this 240 area, this is where the bulls found interest, and the price action has been trending up ever since, as your PMO, as you can see, is now reflecting that. Now the PMO has cut below its overall 20 period moving average as far as the signal, but the space between the two lines is very close, which shows that there's still a struggle between the bulls and the bears. So what I would look for is, you definitely got the buy signal as your RSI has crossed up and above. Your slow stow has crossed through its moving average and is beginning to trend up. So you're pushing to the very top of this trend. Now there is a volume, but one thing I would pay attention to, heartburn, excuse me, y'all, the volume is beginning to trend down. So if you do decide to play this one, this may be a last minute bull push before there's major profit taken. As you can show, the PMO has already crossed below to show that the momentum is weakening up. Now, where is this pushing into? Because as you can see on the daily, let's just fill the chart. On the daily, we had no references as far as to the left. So now we go back to the left and look, let's mark up the chart a little bit. Overall, still very bullish. As you can see here, the PMO is holding above on the weekly. So on a more long-term basis, the trend is still overall bullish. But looking again, as you can see back on the daily, was pushing to that 348. You've already broken above this prior area of resistance right here. As you can see, with support, resistance, couldn't even push up into it. You have now broken above the 200 period moving average and that line of resistance, and you're still trending up on solid volume. Okay, today was Monday, so the volume, as you can see here, which is representing the entire week, is pretty low. So you still got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to go. So this could possibly continue to push up. Now, what price channel are we looking for this to push up into? So as you can see here, resistance. So the based off what the daily is signaling, you could possibly get a push into this channel before you could get a last minute bull push into this resistance of about $4, where you can see 396 stopped out, 399 stopped out, right? This line of resistance, you could possibly get a last minute bull push into that 399 area, and then like the PMO is signaling on the daily, the trend is possibly about to pull back and reverse for some consolidation. As you can see, it's starting to show that the bears are beginning to take control and the bulls are beginning to exit the stock, possibly due to it being so overextended, as we just saw on the daily chart. So GTE might be a nice play for a quick 40 to 50 cent gain for 10 to 12% profit, and then I would exit altogether, because your PMO is beginning to have trouble to hold above that signal line, and it's showing that the bears could possibly be taking control, but possible 50-cent spread. Now, last but not least, ticker ANY. Let's put this back to where we had it 8 months out. All right, so looking at ticker ANY, it was on this ugly downtrend. As you can see here, the bears began to take momentum as it fell below its two main moving averages. The bears began to take momentum. As you can see here, you get the nasty crossover, and then from here all the way to here, nasty downtrend. So again, from here all the way to here, when you begin to get that initial cross, nasty downtrend, and then you get this last minute gap down right here. So again, like I said, if you're trading, you do not want to trade into this type of long-term momentum as the PMO is showing you. Now what we have here is you get the crossover to show that the bears, as far as the stock go, is beginning to weaken, and the bulls are beginning to come in and begin to accumulate shares and hold in this price range. So as you can see here, you get this large spike in volume. I'm not sure if this is based off news or not. I haven't checked the fundamentals on this, so if you want to look into the fundamentals, go ahead. But based off peer chart analysis, The PMO got a nice bounce off its signal line, and it's beginning to push up, which means the overall momentum is shifting into the bull's favor. And then your RSI, nice spike up along with the slow stow. Now, even on your slow stow, as you can see here, with this bullish momentum in the PMO, you got the buy signal back here on the slow stow when it crossed over back in this area. So even if you'd have bought back in this area, you could have got this nice spike up. Now, the one thing to pay attention to is this high spike up in volume, and then that the stock itself closed close to the high of the day. So it reached a high of 50 cents, it closed at 49 cents, and that tells you there wasn't a lot of resistance among the bears to try to hold that stock down, and or the bulls just simply overpowered them and a lot of shorts got burned and was able to get out. So tomorrow, could you see a continuation into this? Yes, you possibly could, seeing that it closed at the high of the day. Now, on your on-balance volume, as you can see here, there was a lot of selling volume. As you can see, your on-balance volume here, high with a low, with a lower high, with a lower low, with a lower high, with a even low, and then you get this break in volume that creates a higher high. So the confirmation is there as far as the volume and the accumulation among the bulls. Now, what could this possibly push into? You got this level of resistance right here, right around 64 to 65 cents. Which is where I would look for that first line of resistance. And then again, with your 50-period moving averages begin to trend down right at that 90 to 91 cents, correlates with this line of support right here before you had this nasty gap down. So this is definitely an area of strong resistance that I would keep an eye on. But definitely the big thing is you want to trade into this momentum of the bulls, right? This is the momentum you want to trade in. That momentum where the PMO is signaling the momentum is in the bulls' favor, right? You don't want to trade into this type of momentum right here, okay? Even right here, right? As you can see here, the momentum as far as the bulls go, right? That's the type of momentum you want to trade into. This is the type of momentum you want to make your entries and exits in, all right? But hey, TTM Trades, if you learned something, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Stock Twits. To all my loyal YouTube subscribers who have not unsubscribed, I deeply appreciate it. I'm gonna try to drop a video every day this month, seeing that I won't be going out to sea for quite some time. All right, so try to get back in the groove of bringing you all content. Again, I deeply appreciate it. If you learned something, again, hit that subscribe button, and please do not trade based off what I'm seeing, okay? Trade based off what you're seeing. All right, so if something does go wrong, you already have your exit plan in place. But till next time, TTM Trades, I'm out.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.